What is going on, Guardians? Your boy Sly here with your Destiny Weekly Reset Guide. So it looks like Bungie saved Iron Banner this month and also themselves from a salty hailstorm of Twitter comments. Look forward to Lord Saladin opening the doors around 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So, as some of you out there might know, the Division DLC is about to drop here in just a few hours. So that means I'm going to have to get my ass in gear and put this video into overdrive to try to catch up. Hey, you never know, maybe this will end up being that fast-paced reset guide a lot of you out there have been looking for. Either way, thank you guys for your continued support of Sly Nation. You guys are freaking amazing, and it means the world to me. Alright, well, let's start with the good stuff first. We're going to stay in orbit and check out the weekly events. Let's start with the Crucible first, and remember, Iron Banner is going to take away one of these weeklies. But don't worry, you will still be able to earn your treasure chest and your weekly legendary marks by playing it. So, first up for Crucible matches, we have Inferno Rumble. No radar, only kills earn points. Then second, we have Zone Control. Like I said, one of these will give way to Iron Banner, but nonetheless, you will still be able to get your normal rewards from whichever stays. And of course, Trials was also saved from last weekend's destruction and uncertainty, so Elimination is back to take its spot until Trials resumes on Friday. Alright guys, let's hop into the Nightfall and check out the Modifiers, and holy goodness, do you see all these Modifiers, dude? Like, what is this craziness? I swear, if they pick a hard mission, I will freak out. Alright, well, first up, we have our buddy Epic. Shields, health, we get it. And then next, Berserk. Minions of Darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. Next, Small Arms. Primary weapon damage is increased. Following that, we have Grounded. Players take more damage while airborne. Then we have Chaff. Radar is disabled. Next, Match Game. I hate this one. Enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. Then we have Airborne. Players deal more damage while in the air. And finally, our last modifier is Catapult. Grenade recharge is greatly increased. Man, that took a lot to say. And that was a stupid long list. Well, let's hop in and take a look at what we're going to face this week.
The Black Garden may not stay among us for long. Something has begun to repair the schism torn by its destruction. Vex now flood the garden channels to protect it. We must stop the Weavers before they seal the garden and begin to summon back its heart.
Oh, say what? Oh no, I'm done. Match Game Praetorians? You guys can keep that crap. Taking witches shooting fireball at you? Oh, I don't know, man. This is going to be pretty insane. Not to mention, you're going to try to be jumping away from the boss at the end with airborne arm. Oh, this is stupid, guys. Have your void and solar weapons ready because this one is going to be a little crazy. I'm not even going to attempt to solo this, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill myself. You guys have fun, and I will go back to orbit. Alright, guys. Well, let's take a peek at the Heroic Strike playlist this week, and geez, look at these modifiers, man. What is going on here? There's twice as long as well. Anyways, first up, we have Heroic. Enemies have greater numbers, more aggressive, we get it. Then Arc Burn. Arc damage is greatly increased from all sources. After that, Void Burn. Void damage is greatly increased from all sources. And then we have a super secret hidden modifier, but this one is Fresh Troops. Enemy squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements. Moving along, Exposure is up next. Guardian shields are increased, but do not replenish. And then finally, Catapult. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. Well, this should make for some interesting strikes this week, although farming for the Amongo loop, probably not so much. Alright, so let's go to the Reef. Now, first up on your things to do here, we are going to check out Chicky Pie Petra and her weekly bounties. What's up, girl? First up, the wanted bounty is Urxery, lost to Oryx. Next, we have eliminate 12 named or consumed Fallen Hive, Cabal, or Vex on Venus. And then the easiest of them all, kill 100 taken. Thank you, Madame Petra. And now on to our homeboy Varix. By the way, if you get Etheric Light from these packages, you can turn them into Petra for some reputation and maybe even a key, which then gives you rep towards Prison of Elders rewards when you break them down. So they're not totally useless. Alright, well, let's check out these bounties. First up, we have Shadow Boxer. Use void abilities to kill enemies at level 41 PoE or Challenge of Elders. Next, Shock Trooper. Use arc abilities to kill enemies in level 41 PoE or the challenge. Then I bet you cannot guess what is coming up next. Can you? Alright, Firefighter. Use solar abilities to kill enemies in level 41 PoE or the challenge. Now, as for our bonus modifier this week, we have, drum roll please, super kills. This one is actually pretty tough at times. You're going to have to use your orb genning and get that on point so you can help your teammates. But if I were you, Alpha Loopies, Telestos all the way, and then spec for as many orbs as possible. Alright, well, while we're on the Prison of Elders, let's take a look at this week's challenge modifiers. As you already know, Super Kill is the bonus modifier, but the other two are Berserk, enemies won't flinch even after massive damage, and then Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon. Alright, well, it's time we hit up the tower. Senior Shax is waiting for a weekly visit, so let's go pay him a visit and then check out who is taking Wormspore for this week. So first up, looking at the bounties, we have individual achievement. Complete Crucible matches with at least 1500 points. You need to do this twice. Next, making an impact. All you need is 7 wins. Following that, Crucible Combat. Win 1 game in 3 different modes: Control, Clash, then Rift. Featured Matches is up next. Here you need to earn 5 points total by playing any Crucible match featured for the day or week. Wins are worth 3, losses are worth 1, 5 gets you completion. Rifles and Cannon is next. You need to kill 10 Guardians with each primary weapon type: auto rifles, hand cannons, pulses, and scouts. Finally, turn all of these bounties in and you, my friend, are DONE done. Now, since Iron Banner is here this week, make sure everyone out there who plays Iron Banner to grab this last bounty right meow. Now, even if you don't do any Shax bounties, Iron Banner bounties count towards the 5 total bounties needed to get this reward right here. So at least grab the true meaning of War Bounty on all characters, because you can easily complete this on all characters with very little effort. So you can do 2 weeklies, 3 dailies, and this will get this weekly reward off of your list. And you can do that 3 times. That is a lot of high-end stuff for very little effort. Alright, well, while we're here, let's go check out who is accepting Wormspore this week, and my homegirl Lakshmi is taking it all week. So if you raid a lot, keep your ghost on Wormspore Extractor and start piling Wormspore in your vault for moments just like this. You will be surprised how much it adds up over the months. Alright, well, let's bounce up out of here and head over to the dreaded knot. First things first, we're going to check out the King's Fall Challenge. This week, we're halfway through the rotation, and that means Golgi is going to be our challenger. I need boots like crazy, so this is perfectly fine with me. Alright, at last, let's take a peek at the Court of Oryx. This week's Tier 3 Court of Oryx boss is Kagor, I don't know how you say it, but all you have to do is have your sword out and a good sniper, and this is easily soloable. I just did it right here in a couple minutes. Shoot the Acolyte eyes to gain a buff. Stack that buff by killing all the eyes, and then use that damage buff against the ogre. Once he's down, pull out your sword, choppy chop chop, boom, you are done. Very easy, very fast, and if you need a highlight artifact, it does not come any easier than this. Alright, Nation, well, that wraps us up for this week. Hopefully we will hear more about Bungie Day, which is 7/7, July 7th, and with that, more rewards and more juicy Rise of Iron goodness. I'm thinking that the weekly update will tell us all about that, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Alright guys, well, as always, could not do this without you all, and if you want to stay up to date on everything Destiny or The Division, Twitter is the best place to do so, y'all. Follow @SlyNation and stay in the know wherever you go. Alright guys, I'm off to do some downloading. Keep an eye out for more videos that will be coming out over the next few days. But until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.